Welcome back to Career Mode and welcome to Mugello, but first, let's quickly recap from the previous round. We win in Catalonia in the wet, at the red flag occurring due to carnage into turn 10. You guys didn't get to see what happened, but basically, Bagnaia dropped the front, and then it all just followed suit from there. However, the carnage was lacking. It wasn't all that intense, but the marshals decided to call it quits, and therefore we won on a red flag. So today's objective is to humiliate Marco Bezzecchi and do our very best here in Mugello. So here we go then, not in the best of qualifying positions. We sort of struggled in the qualifying, but we'll see what we can do. My main issue was track limits in the qualifying, and I just couldn't seem to get it right. But alright, now we are falling backwards. Bit like a Marquez start, that, isn't it? Going backwards in the early stages of the race, and hopefully we can recover well. Speaking of Marquez, we've just passed one of them, and the other Marquez, who we were referred to being like, and Air Bastien just went down, was Marc Marquez, who's leading the way in first place, ahead of the two Ducatis from Antonio and Pecco Bagnaia. Jack Miller on the gas behind us, Luca Marini on the Red Bull KTM, Pedro Acosta on the Aprilia. That's right, we're playing career mode again, aren't we? Oh wow, this is oh no, maybe not. I thought there was an opportunity opening up there to attack Luca Marini into Casanova and Savelli. I couldn't pronounce it properly then without saying Casanova first. We are doing alright here, but as I say, track limits was my main concern in qualifying. I did have the provisional fastest lap, and my lap time that would have put me in pole got cancelled. So yeah, struggled with track limits, so I'm a little bit careful now to start this one off. I don't want to get too aggressive. Got plenty of time in this one. Went backwards, but we're now up to 7th place, so we've got time. We can still have a good race here, but it's important I stay with the likes of Luca Marini and Pedro Acosta. Just hit the ride height device ever so slightly too early coming out of Biondetti 2. And that puts us in a spot. Oh, there comes Jack Miller again. Trying to sneak up on the inside, but we're alright. We're strong enough for now. Wow, who's that going really wide? Is that Maverick Vinales on board the Prima Pramac Ducati? I think it might be. Wow, they're slingshotting all over the track here into first corner. A little bit odd as Luca Marini runs it a little bit deep. Don't know why he did that. He's just opened the door for us to sneak on through into San Donato. Thank you very much, Luca Marini. So we're out to top 6. 5 positions gained in the early stage. I mean, we were actually far down as 18th, I think we were, as we get our first track limit warning. Very much looking like Marc Marquez in Australia when he went backwards to start off with. Oh, is that a second track limit? Got away with it a bit. We are dicing with death at the moment, and look at that lunge. Oh, it's happened. Every single time we come to Mugello, I yearn for an overtake into Casanova and Savelli, and we've just done it on lap 2. Shouldn't have really gone for that because we were on the curbs and it looked like the bike was not going to get stopped, but we really did. And we're up to 5th place, and you know what? I fancy my luck here at a podium. Those 4 riders are actually scrapping. That gives us a chance. There's Vinales leading the way. Yep, Prima Pramac Ducati. That is Vinales on the Pramac Ducati. Marquez second, the number 93 still in Grissini. With Antonio in 3rd, and Pecco Bagnaia in his home circuit in 4th place. A second clear from the Repsol Honda man. What a bizarre top 5 you've got there. Oh, here comes Acosta. Did nudge me ever so slightly, so I'm going to ruin my my drive, should I say. Going down from Bacine to San Donato. We aren't quick enough to contend with Vinales' lap time. It was all about getting into the 44s for qualifying. I managed to get into the low 45s, but exceeded track limits one too many times, and unfortunately, didn't matter. Started from 11th. Felicia kept things interesting nonetheless. There's a positive to every negative, of course. Into the tight apex of Matarasi. This is turn 4. Leaning back over to the right-hand side and power on. I don't recommend using the ride height device here. You want to make sure you can stop the bike quick enough into Casanova. Alexis Savelli, which of course I've mentioned many times already in the early stages of this Mugello sprint. Duet of corners are just sublime. Brilliant combination of circuit, track and challenge at the moment. 120% AI, don't forget. Hardest difficulty in the game. Still very much sticking with that. As my teammate Marco Bezzecchi on board the Repsol Honda has just been given a track limit warning. And there's Ayagora, the number 79 on the VR46 Ducati. Strange combination of numbers and bikes and teams in this career mode. It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, Maverick's checking out here. This is old Maverick Vinales, isn't it? He's looking very comfortable at this stage of the race. Marquez under pressure by the two GP24 Ducatis. Once again, though, from real life to the virtual form, Marquez is doing everything he can to be in the mix. Maverick goes fastest with a 1:44.902, and we second fastest, I presume, with a 1:44.9. What happened to Digia there? He's put me off. I didn't expect to see him in the middle of the corner there. Podium's on offer, you know. I'm getting closer and closer. The concentration's really kicking in now, and it. If I start to get closer, I've got to think about having a pop here, having a lunge somewhere. Tight to the split into the Borgo San Lorenzo corner, wheeling ever so slightly with the RC213V Honda. Of course, winter test coming up not long after this. I'll be working on improving the bike again as we get close to the rear tyre of Digia. Could it be into Arabia? Not a chance. No, I would like to think I could do it there, but it's. I think I've only ever done it once in a live GP in MotoGP 23. Of course, I can't do live GP in 24. It's just completely broken for me ever since I had early access. The highs and lows of getting early access, I think, but here we go. Oh, did you let me through, mate? Oh my god! He tried to close the door on me. I had so much speed. Well, we both survived that. As I'm desperate to try and get through and to be on Detti 2. I'm sorry, Digia, but I really need to get through. Think of me as tapping the rear seat unit there to say, Digia, come on, come with me, mate. I can get us up to Bagnaia and to Marquez. Just stay with me. The Honda, the lone Honda in the top 8 right now, doing all the work. There is Digia, he's on the left-hand side. Bagnaia going for that wide line, then they swing across like that. Why do they do that? I think it's actually worked, though. Oh, it hasn't. It definitely hasn't. Look how much closer we've come into the braking zone. Tight again into Luco. Quick change of direction. Get that swinging line into Poggio Secco. Then fire on the power. Keep the front end down. Bang on the brakes again. Yes, there's a podium on offer here. There is definitely a podium on offer. Of course, we are the championship leader, don't forget. Managed to beat out Bagnaia, which of course you might have seen at the beginning of this video. We're going to beat Bagnaia again, though. Not quite. I wanted it. But you may have seen at the start of this video the aftermath of the crash. Oh! Nudged Bagnaia there, straight into the elbow of the 3 times world champion, 2 times Premier Class champion, and 1-time Moto 2. He got a right shove into Arrabbiata 1 there. I don't think Pecco will enjoy that. That's what I was trying to say. What? Oh yeah, the instant warning, that's fair. Oh, and then I got track limit warning as well. That puts me on 3. Never mind what I was going to say, but... oh! Here comes Bagnaia. Okay, he got me through there. Nicely done into Correntaya, but I will respond into Biandetti 2. That's 2 factory Ducatis have been shoved out of the way. Going into Biandetti 2. Sorry, but gloves are off, ladies and gentlemen. I want to try and catch up to the 8 times world champion. Many would assume, or would at least call, the GOAT. I want to try and beat Marquez. I don't know if we've had a good ding-dong of a battle with Mark before. We had a bit of a race in Qatar together, but other than that, we've not really seen each other on circuit. Sign me up for a battle with one of the greatest of all time. Where are you, Mark? Where are you going to defend? Where can I attack? This is the last lap. This is Marquez territory. We got a good drive there coming out of Poggio second. Oh, perhaps not. It looked like we had until I really started to get the power on. Oh, I've gone wide into Matarasi. That could be it. That could be a costly mistake in our endeavour of another 3 World Championship points. Oh, in fact, he's gone wide. We're going to send it. Yes. Oh, Mark's made a mistake. That's not often he makes a mistake in a... Well, it's a sprint, isn't it? So I guess it's not the full duration of the race when everyone's beginning to fall off. Mark is still strong. Oh, here he comes. Can we hold him off? The shoe's on the other foot. From hunter to hunted. Can we deter Marquez from the few additional points? I think it's 2 points. Is it 3 that separates us now? 2 points is... Yeah. So it's 3 points to Maverick Vinales, 12 points for him, 9 points for me, and Mark would be on 7. So that was for 2 additional points, that. And I tell you what, we've got the better of him. And I don't know what's happened to Bagnaia, but Digi's got the better of him. We're not going to return back to the top step of the sprint success, but we'll be back to the podiums. I'll get my silver medal. What a performance. That's a strong ride, that, from 11th to 2nd. That's a Marquez-esque ride. And we've just beaten Marc Marquez to take 2nd place as well. That is a good day in the sprint. So confirmation of the results on your screen then. Maverick wins. And there's myself and Marc Marquez sharing 2nd and 3rd. So then, now on to the featured race. We've got a lot longer to do this one, so I have a good feeling about it. But let's see if we can start better. Oh, it's not good. No, it's worse. It's much worse. We have to... Oh, my lord, we're behind the Yamahas. We are so far... Oh, wow, we are doing really well on the brakes, so... Oh, Acosta's gone. Aprilia's gone down into turn 1. And we are now in a bit of an odds position here. I've really expected Luca Marini to hit me there, but we are quickly getting through, and a lot of riders here. And Ea Bastianini makes it further than he did in the sprint. And we're now already up to the top 5. This is night and day difference the way the sprint started. I honestly expected this one to be harder. We just have plenty more time, but the weather conditions are looking a little bit ominous. Ooh, I was really close to Di Gianantonio there, and I didn't really want to go for that. I got given a track limit warning for touching the green out into Casanova. A bit harsh, that, to be honest. I definitely wouldn't have gained any advantage, but rules are rules. Touch the green, and it's a track limit warning. Johan Zarco's out. Unfortunately, that's ended for one of our RC213Vs, rocking it in the Mugello. So 12 laps here in Mugello. Of course, a relatively long lap time, 1 minute 55, so it's going to be quick. It's going to be long, difficult laps, I would say, rather than the short ones we've seen in previous events. Beautifully tight apex there to Biandetti 2. We've got good drive as well to close into the back of the 3 Ducatis. And you know what? It's quite bright around this part of the circuit. Possibly just down towards San Donato in the back end, or the front end of the circuit, should I say, is where things are a little bit darker. Unless it's just really brightened up now. The clouds have disappeared. No sign of a wet weather race then. It'd be a nice change to get back to the dry conditions. Ooh, we were really late on the brakes. Has that worked? I can't believe it. We are unbelievably good on the brakes compared to the AI. Bit of a wheelie there, just eager to try and hold the position off against Pecco, going into Poggio Secco. Now onto the brakes again. Wow. Yeah, the AI are going quite slow here compared to what they did in the sprint. Be interested to see what lap times Vinales does at the end of this one. Because, I mean, we are travelling quite quickly. And we tell you what, we might have another lunge here. Oh, I didn't want that wheelie. Sorry, Mark. Yeah, that's twice. I'm making a lot of silly overtakes here. I guess in some people's perception, that's also a bit like Marquez. That was a bit aggressive, though. My intention wasn't to swing so far across into him. Just I had that wheelie, so when I tried to turn, of course, it was much later than what I would have wanted to turn otherwise. And we're already now looking. Yeah, Vinales is a good behind him again. The bike snaps onto me, though. And then onto the right. Maverick's gone! Maverick's gone! He's dropped the front into Corantayo. He must have touched the apex. That's a classic in this game. That happens quite a lot. Tucks the apex into Corantayo, and it's good night Vienna. Well, this has just completely changed now. He's bumped into Alicia Spargo. Bagnaia trying to get through into Vicine. I must make sure I have the replays recording in this one today. At the end of this video, I'll make sure I grab a couple of clips so you can see, because I know there's a fantastic camera angle coming out of that Vicine corner. Oh, I can't get the bike stopped. Oh, bit of a nudge there into Mark. Tell you what, if you want to go for the overtake, Mark, I'll let you through. He's trying to go around the outside. All right then, Mark, have it. At least then that way it's fair, I guess. Our overtakes that were a bit aggressive earlier on can be sort of nullified. Of course, I did actually have that rather aggressive overtake on Marquez in Catalonia. Gave him a big old whack into turn 1. And he's gone wide again. That's exactly how we were able to secure that position for the sprint. And Mark is just eagerly gifting it to me every time we go into Casanova and Savelli. I don't need an invitation to go for an overtake there. So think about it, Mark, before you start getting rather frivolous with your overtaking opportunities. This is the Scarperia corner, turn 10. As I mentioned already in a couple of videos, turn 10s are usually quite difficult corners, and Mugello continues that trend. Oh, I'm off the circuit. I guess that one wasn't coloured green, so I guess I got away with that. That was not good, though. Here comes Bagnaia. He's going to have to be patient now, though, because, of course, we've got a good couple of races. Oh, oh, whoa! Where the hell did that come from? How on earth did he just send it in front of me? My God, I slammed onto the brakes then. I can't believe that. He absolutely threw it up on the inside then. That was Lorenzo versus Marquez-esque in 2015, I think it was. 14, 16? Might have been 15, might have been 16. It's definitely not 14 because Marquez was unstoppable that year, but my God. That certainly caught me off guard. I was speechless for a moment then. That was terrific. I mean, I had to press the brake pretty firm there to make sure he didn't hit me. I was not expecting the AI to do that. I like it when they have a good lunge though, because it keeps it interesting. Because sometimes Superbike had this issue. If you're just in front of the rider, they'll just slow down. And I think we did see it in Qatar. Maverick Vinales slowed down just because he was getting closer to my rear tyre. Yeah, if he just pulled out the slipstream, he would have won. So, yeah, it's a bit odd when it happens like that. But yeah, I'm pleased to see that Pecco actually went for the overtake there. A bit like what happened in Malaysia between him and Martin. Every time Martin attacked, just respond. So into the right-hander there. Ooh, taking liberties on that corner. Really tight to the apex into Scarperia. So I was going to say, Pecco just needs to be patient and probably use the speed on the straight to catch up to me, but he didn't want to do that last time. So now I've got to make sure I defend into Biondetti 1. Tight to the apex, tight again. Yeah, okay. He wasn't close enough this time. We are closing in rapidly on Marquez. Quite wide into Vicine. Will Bagnaia try and get through again? He does not. This is a good sign. Yes. I delivered and deployed the ride-out device perfectly then. And across the line, we are the new fastest man on track. Whoa, where's Bagnaia? I can hear him on the left-hand side of my headphones. Might be doing that swinging thing again. Oh, Mark again. He did the same thing that Luca Marini did. Got the apex, let off the brake, and then run it wide. Oh, here he comes again, though. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Look at this wide sweeping line. This is it. This is what I was talking about doing earlier. I don't quite have the speed like the Ducati does. Oh, a bit of a nudge. It's kicking off again. Giving the position back. Not quite. Nope, not yet. But we are coming to my favourite spot. Casanova Savelli. Oh, no, 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 no. I got caught in the curb. I got caught in the curb. Sorry, Mark. Yeah. Way too aggressive in this one. I know I said I was riding like Marquez by going backwards and this forward, but not like that. I'm not becoming Marquez by pushing through Marquez. That was too much. Got caught on the curb there when I'm probably now likely to be receiving a track limit warning. It's just eagerness sometimes, just to try and get that overtake that you want, to try and look cool in front of your friends and your viewers and subscribers. And unfortunately, I made a silly mistake there. But nonetheless, we can continue, and we will not forget about what's just happened. Let's just keep on going as we try and get through again on Pecco Bagnaia, which has resulted in another lovely overtake. Now, can we size up Marc Marquez? Big, long, straight. Height device engaged. Slipstream there as well. I think we can get through it into turn 1. Hard on the brakes. Here we go. Clean as you like. He's trying to go around the outside though. Credit where credit is due, Mr. Marquez, but we are holding on. I can hear him in my headphones from the right hand side to the left. We've got him. Well, my challenge with Marco Bezzecchi is pretty much going one way, isn't it? The objective was to defeat Marco Bezzecchi at his home track. The humiliation the challenge was classed as. But right now we are far too busy with Marquez to even consider the thought of trying to beat any other rider right now. Well, I mentioned it in the sprint. We had not had a battle yet with Marquez, and now we are living it. 0.3 of a second. Have a small advantage over the 8 times world champion. Also, our virtual form, we are 2 times world champion. Moto 3 and Moto 2, of course. Moto 3 in our second season, of course, the debut season played out. But Moto 2 was our rookie season, which I imagine most players in MotoGP managed to achieve as well. Continuing to push now, only 0.4 of a second away from my fastest lap time set on lap 4. Leaning into the left-hand side. What's the gap to Marquez? It's... Whoa! Here he comes! I had a look to my left-hand side, then I could sense he was coming. Here he is. There's just no rest. There's no reprieve against the world champion or former world champion. He's still coming. Back into the 45, so good lap time. Not quite as good as what we had in the sprint earlier on. We were second fastest in that one. Fair play to Maverick Vinales. Just seen his name on the left-hand side of the screen. He's up to 8th. Of course, he crashed into Correntaio earlier on. What's happened to Marquez? I've only just noticed this, but we're 1.3 seconds clear from the Spaniard. What happened? Did he make a mistake into turn 1 when we were quite superior upon the brakes? I think so. 1.7 is the gap now. I think we've done it. 1.8? Yep, I think we've cracked this. This could be a good lap time. This could be the killing blow to the Spaniard. Pecco Bagnaia, I imagine, is not a million miles away either. He must be close to the rear tyre of the GP23 Ducati. Speaking of Ducati, just passing the Ducati grandstand now. It's a shame not to see any plumes of red smoke and yellow smoke, that we have done over the years. Oh, just got caught in the curb there. Did I yield? No, I did not receive a track limit warning. Nicely done, and on the power, we are living the Italian dream. In the Tuscan hills of Mugello, we improve the lap time to 1:45.276. Right then, let's see how much time we can gain on Marc. There's a 10th. Bloody hell! That's half a second in one corner! Well, we've absolutely stole the show. Were we always that much quicker into turn 1? It certainly felt like it. This is 120% AI, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what they did to Mugello in this game, but the AI in this circuit really struggled. I had some of the most toughest battles ever in my MotoGP 23 career mode. I honestly thought it would be something similar. In MotoGP 23, I chose the gas cast in my debut season, and it was one of the most, in fact, it was the toughest experience I've ever had in a racing game. I mean, I wasn't able to win the World Championship in the first season. That's how difficult it was. It was brilliant, and I wasn't even able to win the championship in the second season with the Red Bull KTM. It took 3 seasons and me joining Ducati to win. I fear that we might win it the first time this season. Superbike 22 had fantastic AI. Really difficult, really challenging. But I still went on to win that one in the final round as a rookie. I just didn't expect it to be the same in MotoGP 24. I honestly hoped and expected. Oh! Whoa! What the hell was that? What's just even happened? That was the biggest bump or bounce on that rumble strip I think I've ever seen. All that happened is because I hit the ride height device too early. Crinny heck. That could have been it for sure. That would have been good night Vienna. I lost a fair bit of time on that. I was trending to go into the 144s. Oh my lord. That was astonishing. Well, I've still got a few laps to go then. That's him now. Sorry guys. Oh, Bastianini's gone again. How many times is that lad going to crash this season? He's out again? Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. He's moved to Aprilia and just had an absolute shocker. Now, someone else is moving from Ducati to Aprilia next season. In fact, 2 riders are. How will Marco Bezzecchi and Jorge Martin fare on that Italian motorcycle next season? In their first years on board the Aprilia. That's going to be very interesting. I look forward to seeing that. I can't believe that though. That's another crash. When we did MotoGP 23, Jack Miller was my teammate for the Red Bull KTM. I replaced Brad Binder for some reason. And Jack Miller crashed in almost every single race. Enea Bastianini is now doing the same. We are improving. We've found time across the line. It's a new fastest lap of the race. A 1:45.275. Just 1,000th of a second quicker. I would like to get into the 44s here. I really would. But it's not necessary, is it? We are leading by 5 seconds. I am strongly considering to not even bother doing the winter test, or excuse me, summer test. If the bike is this good now, and we're winning races like this, I don't think we should upgrade the bike anymore, because it could make it too easy. I think I'm going to make the executive decision here not to upgrade the bike. I would like to know what you guys think, but it does mean I'm going to have to wait for you guys to comment before I can record this next episode, which will take a bit of time. But I would really like to know. I don't want this bike to be upgraded anymore. Because it's going to make it too easy, and I don't want it to be too easy. I say that now, and I'm probably going to have egg on my face at the next round. But you know what? I'll take that. I just want a challenge. I want these videos to be as fun and as exciting as possible. I don't want to be dominating. I chose the Honda because I thought it would be the worst bike. And so far, it's been turned into 2019 Marc Marquez bike. We are 5.5 seconds clear. I do think this is just a little bit of a blip. We were very strong in Catalunya in the wet. We were also very strong in Le Mans, in the wet and the dry. And we were also quite strong in a few of the other circuits as well. But majority of it has been pretty closely contested. We've had some good races so far. And we are still closing in on that 44 lap time. As the gap is over 6 seconds. Well, I've got to say, even though we have dominated this one from lap 7 onwards, I have thoroughly enjoyed this one. The early stage of the battle was just brilliant for me. We have our crescendo early, let's say. I'm still very much enjoying this Honda, though. It feels really good. I just don't want it to be too strong. If it's made too strong, then I'm going to win races too easily, and I just don't want that to happen. As Jack Miller's just been given a penalty. And unfortunately, in this game, even changing the power to a lower setting or lower still will not make the bike slower. So it's difficult to decide what we're going to do here. I just don't want it to be easy. I want it to be a challenge. I want to just keep on pushing, no matter what happens, and just really pushing at the maximum. And if we have a couple of crashes, you know, then so be it. It's not the end of the world. I just want this championship to be close, but I fear it might not be after we take another 9 points away from Pecco Bagnaia here today. And in this penultimate lap, which looks like it could be our fastest, I just ran it a little bit deep actually. It might no longer be the fastest lap time. Look at that delta though, it's very close. But we aren't going to find enough speed when we cross the line. Good consistency nonetheless, but there's not enough speed to set the first 44 of this race. Again, strong on the brakes, puts us closer to a 7 seconds ahead of the 8-times world champion, who's got himself a track limit warning, and that might have been when we had our bit of a battle into Casanova and Savelli. But I would imagine that Bagnaia is thinking he needs to get second at the very least. That way he's only going to reduce the deficit, or at least so only going to lose 5 points to his nearest championship challenger, which of course will be us. But if he's not careful, I'll be downloading a mod to remove his number 1 to replace it with a 63. I've actually never ran the number 1 in any MotoGP game. I've always stuck to my number 47. I think there was one year where... Is it Tetsu? Might have been Nagashima. Might have been Nagashima in Moto 2 once had the number 47. Might have been him. But I know someone in Moto 2 once had a 47 and I could not use the 47. I think maybe even Moto 3 as well, but I don't think so. So I had to use the number 67 one year. And of course in Superbike I went for the number 11. And now unfortunately I can't use that at all, so it's now number 41 in Superbike, but majority of the time I always stick to 47 if I can. I love that number. But yeah, this is the final corner then. That has gone very, very fast here in Mugello, and we are back on top. Back-to-back wins again, and that is an absolutely huge wheelie to celebrate as we slap the tank in praise, because that Honda did well again. So there's the results on screen, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll leave you now with the championship standings, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.